Hello, hello, hello. Mike back again. So I took a little hiatus for the past, I don't know, it might have been like 6 days. So the next, or maybe 2 days after I got funded from Apex, um, for whatever reason, I decided to change up my strategy and trade something different. And I back tested it, was like, all right, cool, I'm confident in it. And lo and behold, I got emotional. And the worst thing that you can do while trading is get emotional. I revenge traded the shit out of that account. Excuse my French. But so I made lots of mistakes. I was up, and then obviously the trailing threshold kept going up, and then I had a couple of major losses. Psychologically got in my head, and so what did I just do? I said, screw it. I'm going to try to go ahead and blast out of this, which then obviously that never turns out. So I ended up blowing my account pretty damn quickly, just simply because I was dumb. I fully well aware that I was dumb. So I typically have two different strategies. One of them that I tried and obviously got a PA account with, and then got emotional with it because I don't know. I skewed away from it, did something that I never do. So that was my bad completely. Um, Always a good time with that though. But you know what? Reset. That's the best part about it. So I'm already into another account. I started it on honestly, I started it on MLK Day, which was a half trading day. It started out at Sunday night and went into Monday. So I'm actually doing some trades right now. It's Tuesday, January 17th. It's 8:40 a.m. Market's kind of going. It was slow at first. Here, I'll switch over to the screens because I'm actually doing order flow. I like seeing order flow and this aspect of it here. I actually got this order flow from Futures Analytica. I'll go ahead and put their link in the description. They got a great format. Um, they're really good about what they do. So far, oh look at that, man! I wish I would have hopped in on that one. That was good. So what we're looking for is crap. I don't know what I just did. Did it on that one. Did the wrong one. What we're looking for here is kind of imbalances, right? So there was a lot of sellers that were coming in, a lot of really great imbalances that were stacked. So I can steadily see this kind of pushing lower and lower and lower, um, which I would have loved to get in on, but you know what? It moves quick. I'm doing it on a 15 range chart, so it's not like your typical tick chart. It's not like your typical time chart. This literally moves based upon price movement, not against time, not against anything else, but just price movement in general. So we're gonna be doing some live trades. I think so far, because of yesterday being a whatchamacallit day, a half day. I want to say they lump yesterday into today, so that'll be one giant trading day, I guess you would say. I only made one trade yesterday and did two earlier, but so far this is what we got. We're positive $912. So order flow is kind of fun in a sense that you really get an idea. And I have another whatchamacallit up, another chart up that just shows without order flow. So I can kind of see the bigger picture. Because this right now is just kind of a full blown like inert look right now. On the bottom here, you'll see some delta numbers, and it'll tell you the change. So like this current candle right now has some buyers coming in, roughly 163 more buyers than there were sellers. But these candles back here, I mean, minus 1280, minus 1626, that's how many sellers were in those candles that were more than buyers. So it's kind of a fun way to really look into this and see exactly what we have going on. As far as anything else, right now I just kind of scaled back. I'm trading maybe like 1 to 2 contracts, nothing stupid, nothing crazy. Um, Want to keep it easy for myself to go ahead and do. I don't know. That last one, that last mental effery, I was so emotional about it for some reason, and I let it get the best of me. I tried something new. I was watching some dude stream, and it seemed like it seems solid, right? Like the knowledge behind it, and I should never have did it. I should have just stuck to my guns because it worked. What I did was working, and combination between that and over leveraging the shit out of the account, I blew it up. And I pretty much at that point, for whatever reason, just didn't have a care in the world. And but mental reset. Maybe I had some shit going on in my head. I don't know. But we're back. So we're going to try it again. Right now, I do know that Apex is having another one of their sales, 80% off the first month. It's actually lifetime and 80% off recurring. So if you haven't checked them out yet, definitely check them out. They have some really good plans. Like I said, the only downfall with Apex, which I feel like a lot of prop firms are going to after I'm doing research upon research upon research, is the trailing threshold. I hate that shit. But once you get a PA account, once you get funded, whenever you hit your trailing threshold, like let's say it's $2,500 on a $50,000 account, once your account gets to $50,501, the trailing threshold stops because your threshold starts below that. So just keep that in mind. So eventually the threshold will go away, essentially. That's why a lot of people don't take profits right away. They kind of build up their account, and then that way they don't have to worry about the trailing threshold. And if they have a massive loss day, then it's not going to hurt them as bad. But as far as your little audition with them, the threshold does not stop. It keeps going. So just keep that in mind. Yeah. But hope everybody had a great holiday. Hope everybody is coming back good and mentally prepared for the day. So should be a halfway decent day. I'm probably only going to trade for. I started, like I said, I had to take my daughter to school, so I missed some of the moves that were made between 7:30 and 8:30. I was watching it on my phone, and it seemed, you know, a fairly decent push to the upside, and then now we just absolutely ripped back down. Let me see if I can get this other one over here. So that's my other chart. As you can see, it just absolutely ripped right back down. But I'm leaving that alone over on my other screen, just so I could see it. But yeah, that's what we got today. Seems pretty good though. Realistically, I would love to see some sellers come in. We could probably push down to that 40.05 mark, so like 10 points below where it is right now. If this is just kind of a little bit of a kickback. I mean, we had positive price movement here barely, with about 244 more sellers. This one's kind of hovering right around that 200 buyers range. But I just don't know if prices, because that's going to be kind of right in an area where it got a lot of support before. So this might have turned into a resistance area. We're just going to see if it pops it. If it pops it, it should pop all the way through past 40.20. But we shall see. 40.20 might be a good area to look at to see if it bounces off. At least from the other 15 range chart that I'm looking at. So if anybody's watching, I know I got quite a few viewers on the last one, which I highly appreciate. Hit the like and subscribe button. I love talking to you guys through the comments as far as what's your trading style? What do you like? Do you like order flow? Do you like footprint charts? Are you a tick person? Are you, a minute person? What are you, a scalper, not scalper, swing trader? Just build up a fun community that it's okay to lose, right? Like, I mean, obviously it's not okay, but we learn from it. And I feel like out there on YouTube, we see everybody post their wins, and I'm the first to go ahead and let people know when I take the L. and I didn't have it recorded. I literally just Streamlabs was acting stupid, so I said, "Screw it, I'll just go ahead and keep going what I'm doing." And I didn't have it recorded, but I am dead honest when I mean I blew that sucker up in a matter of a very short time. Oh yes, and I was livid. Um, so I took a small mental break, went back to the charts. Really, I love staring at a footprint chart. I think it's fun. I think it's the order flow is nice. Um, a little bit difficult to read if you're absolutely brand new, but I've tried looking at this quite a few times just to see what's actually there. I like scalping this because I know like certain bumps are going to come in and just kind of next level that. Like right now 500 buyers, and then it jumped up to 800 buyers, but you see how the price is just kind of there. So I want to see it push past this 420 mark right here, or 4020. We had a lot of buyers come in. You see this big block here, 1098, 1100 buyers coming in there, and it still hasn't pushed up yet. So I want to see what it does, because that is a huge block for it just to kind of get smoked down. And it's always read diagonally. So like the 800 sellers were able to kick that 1300 buyers down. We're gonna see how it goes here, because it may flip to the downside, especially when you got 800 more buyers and that price is dropping. So somebody is covering all of those buys. There we go. We finally peaked 1,000 sellers, but it's still 400 difference, and it's still keeping that price right where it is. Let's see if I can pan over a little bit. So we were there, 430. I think the only hard part for me when it comes to footprint charts and order flow, since it does jump quite a bit, when those sellers really come in or buyers really come in, having an exact entry point is sometimes a bit difficult because you can feel like sometimes you can miss it. But like I said, Futures Analytica does a really great job. They actually have, their YouTube channel that describes everything. I don't want to say the gentleman's name is Tyler. Um, he's really good about going start to finish with it. They got a few other proprietary items that they invented or programmed at least that according to them yield pretty dang good results. One of them's fully automated, which is crazy to me, but I've seen them do it on a live trade, and it no joke works. But me, I'm not too ballsy for that. I'm literally just kind of here ticking along, so to speak. But we will see what we can get. So I'm going to put in an ATM strategy at least. That way I can get, because if it's a 15 range, that means it's at least 4 points. So I'm going to make it go over the amount for both, and then I'll just adjust from there. I'm okay with that. I'd rather have a nice spread than shrink it down when I need to, because I'm only going to try to take probably, I would love to see 3 points. If it goes to 5 points, awesome. 2 point, I don't know. Being a scalper, I like 2 to 3 points. If it looks kind of choppy and wish-wash, I'll go to 1. If it looks like it's a good flow, maybe I'll let it run a little bit. But like I said, that goes back to your trailing threshold. Your trailing threshold is sometimes going to come and bite you in the ass. So you don't necessarily want to go ahead and do that all the time. Yeah, like the one I had earlier today before I took my daughter to school was a smooth 2 pointer. I could have gotten a full 5 out of it, but literally had to take her to school. I left and just wanted to make sure I at least secured that profit. The one that I had earlier than that, which actually I think I traded the night session. That was a full 5 points. That was nice. I could have gotten more out of it, but it kind of bounced and hit off. I saw this one really good support area, and I was like, yeah, I'm not fooling around with that. So here we go. We have a lot of imbalance on this candle here of sellers, like a lot. Um, so to me, 570, but I kind of want to make sure she continues on down that path. Like I like it, but I don't know if I like it that much to pop in there right now because as you can see, we hit off that bottom here. Where is it? Right around here is where we kind of hit off that bottom. Normally, I would love to have seen something kind of come up, boom, hit, and then we just keep on going. Just a continuation trade, really. So it went from -5, went from 570 sellers, flipped it to a positive, basically 400 buyers on the very next candle. So there is some rejection there for sure on that end. Do, 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 do. And see, to me, that previous candle where it shows a lot of this good selling, I prior probably would have jumped in on it. Um, and the hard part is watching this other candle just tick right back up, right? Because you got to look at it this way. Look at the other ones. Like, but this is where I love it. So there was on before there was some consolidation up here. Um, and there was even on the other one when I look at the normal 15 range chart, there was a good amount of chop there for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 candles. There was some good chop. Um, damn near eight candles of just chop. So, and we ranged in between 2750 up to 35. So that was just boom, boom, boom. And then you got hammered, right? You got hammered with there was 1600 and then another 1600 sellers. This is the one that I really love to see. The double stacked right there. Maybe even one to you probably call this a triple stack, maybe even a quad. And then, getting in right in this area, obviously taking that down, that would have been a great move. 26 to 16, that would have been a 10-pointer easy. And that's something that I would have looked for. So, like here, right, we got a decent amount kind of going back and forth. There's a little bit of divergence on this one with a positive price, negative delta. So we got to look at that. And the same thing on this negative price, positive delta. So this is where it kind of gets a little wishy-washy. This is where everybody's fighting over this price point. Look at that, 1,100 buyers. Woo-wee. And they're fighting another 1,100 sellers. So it's coming in. We just don't know which way it's going to pop. And then when it pops, you got to make sure it's a true pop. So that's where tight stop losses help. That's where like I would go ahead and do it, but then I would make that stop loss right at that probably at that candle point. So if this went ahead and popped low, and I saw some really good action, I would put that stop loss right where that top of that candle was, and vice versa. So that way I'm mitigating my losses and not blowing up another account. Woohoo! Uh, always have your coffee or C4. So we got quite a few in the hopper here. I feel like we should play some music in the background or something. This is effing quiet, man. Tell you what, if anybody saw the football game last night, how about them Cowboys? Holy shit, they came out swinging, man. I'm not saying this a whole lot because I'm a Packer fan at heart, but holy shit, them Cowboys did something good. Very, very impressed. All right. Lately, there's been a guy on Instagram and YouTube. Connor Price is the artist. He's got some pretty good stuff. He is pretty much just a free flow rapper. But oh, one sec. Be right back. All right. 1 second, guys. Have you back up and running here. All right, here we go. Sorry about that. Had to take that phone call. Where was that? Oh, if you guys haven't already, go ahead and check out artist. He's on Spotify as well, or you can go on his Instagram. Connor Price. I like. He's got some good stuff out there. Very, very impressed. So, what type of music do you guys listen to during trading, or do you even listen to music during trading? What's your calm? I guess. So, all right, what did we get here? So we did have a pretty decent push here, but again, it didn't kind of break anything for me. Um, I'm looking for something overpowering, for sure. And especially if it pushes past the 4,005 mark, the very next hit or the very next consolidation area. Looks like it's probably right around the 39.90, which I think that was, what was that? Friday's low, maybe. I don't know. Let me look. No, Friday's low was somewhere around 39.65. They just had a consolidation area around 39.90. Our highs today, we're right at the 40.35 mark was our high today. There was a little bit of consolidation area, like I said before, into the 40.30 area. All right, let's see. Can we get a pop somewhere? See, like that's a whole lot of buyers coming in for, you know, hitting back, so to speak. Worst case scenario, I throw my hands up and I sit at a $900 profit for the day using order flow. I'm okay with that, but I don't have to be at work until probably around 10:15. Luckily, work is right down the street for me, so it takes about 5 minutes to get there. So I'll trade up to about 9:45-ish, maybe 10. Busy day today, too. Go to work, go get my kid, come home, go back to work till about 10 tonight. Ugh. Working for the man sucks. That's why we're all doing this stuff. So hopefully we can make it and supplement our income so we don't have to. Yep. I would love to have that stay-at-home dad life. Would be awesome. Fucking Spotify's too loud. And literally went through 4 commercials. Son of a bitch. So this to me is where it looks kind of different. We have low sellers on this candle, 66 difference, right? Shit ton of buyers came in, but didn't really push it crazy amount. We just rejected. And then another candle where it's very low on the seller's end. Price isn't moving a whole lot, and realistically, I mean, price is going down right now, and we have buyers. So this tells me that there doesn't need to be a whole lot of sellers to knock this down. Now, is that right or wrong analysis? I don't know. I'm looking at what the market's giving me, essentially. So we ended up getting, this is where we would look at it. Want to see if it's being pushed down. Because we had the one candle at 906 having a decrease in price with positive delta. We had 2 selling imbalances pushing it down. I would love to see what's going on this one. A little bit of a pop there. Here we go. Now I'm going to take it.
Order filled.
And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Where was that? 1050. Here's hoping. Good pop there. Some more negative delta. Maybe we hit our 2 points. Let me see if I can get 750. 750 would have bounced off of that. Push down, baby. 560 sellers. It's just kind of, I don't know. Would love to see it go back down again. Instead of ripping up on me. Come on, drop it. Come on and drop it. So we at least got 1 point. I don't know, kind of in this weird area. Would love to see 3 points on it. We almost did. It just kind of hit like that 40.0775 mark. Even if we get 2 points, I'm happy with 2 points. I mean, there was 2 points, but I didn't take it. I'll move it to 2. Oh, now I'm chasing it. Son bitch. See, it's starting to come down now. As far as there's a good amount of buyers kicking in. Come on, pump down just a little bit for me. Just a little bit. A little bit more. A little bit more. You know you want to tap it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Give me 2. Utah, give me 2. There it
Target
is.
filled.
So 2 points, and I'll watch it probably go down. There's your 750, what I wanted. But that's okay. I got a 2-point scalp. Not bad. I'm only trading 1 contract on that one. Now, this is where I was seeing. So I got in at 1050. Does it make the 550 mark for 5 points? And it does. So this is where order flow is really nice. And if you look at it, kind of punished right here. So you see how many sellers got into this. I mean, it's a 1,000 seller candle, and we got 800, almost 900 of them right here. So just boom, like influx, and then pounded. So that's the nice part with that, and that's where I got in at too. It came up, obviously slapped this quite a few times. But if I would have held out, sure, hindsight, whatever. I mean, especially with the trailing threshold, I need to secure those profits. Obviously you can scale up your account. Let's take it, I'm on a small $50,000 account. So as far as my trial or whatever you want to call it, I don't want to do what I did before. I don't want to risk it all. I don't need to. Do I need to take more trades? Maybe. Whatever. Can I trade 2? Well, because I only have to hit, and here's the kicker, I only have to hit $3,000 in profit. Now, mind you, they give you minimum. You have to trade a minimum of 7 days, but your profit target is $3,000. So take that into hindsight. Okay, what do you need to hit per day in order to get it in the minimum amount of time? Well, 3K divided by 7, $428. So 2 points on 1 contract is $100. So let's say you do 2 contracts, right? Do the math there, and you can go ahead and either knock out this combine or whatever you want to call it in 7 days. I don't know. Take 10 days. Take a comfortable 2 business weeks, 10 trading days, and go to town. Or you can do this. Like I had a 5-pointer, which that's great, right? On 1 contract. So that was an easy 300 and some odd dollars. Awesome. If you can find the setup that you like for it, this one here, if I would have stayed into it, would have been 300 and some odd dollars instead of my easy $100 profit. We are getting into but this is the area I was telling you about. 40.05. there was, I'm going to flip it over to this other screen real quick. So this is what I was looking at here. There is some chop heavy on this. I mean, there was rejection here. There was actually a rejection here. So me getting in here, you know, not necessarily a leap of faith because I was looking at the order flow. I was looking at what was coming in, and I saw a significant amount of sellers coming in. But this area here kind of got me to the point to where, you know what, 2, maybe 3 points I would have gotten out of it, and I could have gotten the 3, but I'm happy with the 2. But yeah, that's the part I was looking at on the other screen that made me kick it out. And we're just hovering. We're bouncing on that target line. So, necessarily, hindsight, really wasn't a bad pull out. And what do we got on the day? And there we go. For the day, I mean, with a combination of the one trade it took on MLK Day, $1,000. It's a good day. Do. Look at all the action that is going on at the 406, 405 mark. You see that? Holy shnikes. Right in here, we have just thousands and thousands of orders being processed right now. That's, I'm telling you, that was a hot spot, man. That was a hot spot. Just get in and bam! Next thing you know. So realistically, yeah, I would probably say the 400650 mark would have been primo. The 400550 mark where it just hit right there. To me, I don't know. Like I said, if it pushes past that, we're going down, baby. We are going down. And where will we go down to? Probably going to hit the next mark right around the 3090 is what I'm thinking. And then if it keeps on going, shoot, you can see 3975 all the way to 3965. Because those are the next 2 major level areas that I see that actually have any type of support. Thoroughly excited to see if I'm right. And if not, we just rip back up. Right? It's either one or the other. Well, I'm sorry, we could hang out in limbo for the rest of the day, which that would suck. To go ahead and just range at about like 5 points. Pretty sure nobody would make any money off of that because you'd be just taking ranges, highs and lows, and hoping that you could just literally take 1 or 2 points every single time and not get stopped out going up or down. Oh shit, what button did I just push? I didn't want to open up another thing. Oh, my neck. 1,500 sellers, and if you notice, that price is not moving right now. That sucker is solid right at that small range, even with as many sellers. Because before, remember, we were looking at 1,600 sellers a pop, and that price just ooh, straight on down. So this is where I know an area that is going to be looked at heavily. I mean, if it has positive price with that much negative delta, somebody there is holding down the fort. I'll tell you that much. That is a big, big blockade, my friends. Big blockade. Like I said, if you want to go ahead and take a look at Futures Analytica, I will go ahead and drop the link in the description below. I love the way it just kind of injects right into NinjaTrader. It's very, very simple setup. Once you purchase their order flow software, because if not, you have to have the lifetime license for NinjaTrader in order to get order flow. And that's like thousands upon thousands. I think last time I checked, it was astronomical. Um, but Futures Analytica, I'm by no means affiliated with them. I just really like the way they do things. They're wanting people to succeed. Um, the guys that invented it, one of the kids, like literally, he I think he did it while he was in college or something, and he's just wicked smart. Like went to some sort of high class school, just wicked smart, and dropped out because he made this software and he's been killing it. So good for him. He's been on countless numbers of interviews with other people, and just an absolute rock star. So I kind of liked his no bullshit approach to, hey, it is what it is. This is how we're going to read it, and he explains it to you in a way that's simplified. I've looked at order flow before, just dabbling in it. Right, you want to take everything that you can get and figure out what your niche is, what your style. But he does a really good job of breaking it down to where a dummy like me can actually understand it. Again, humble golf pro, so I don't know crap about some of this stuff, but I think that's the other aspect, man. If I can get my emotional golf game in touch with my emotional trading game, be in business. I have no emotion on the golf course, but holy smokes, here, even when it's not my money, I get pissed or emotional or over happy or something, and then the greed comes in or the revenge comes in, and it's like, oh my gosh, man. So hats off to everybody that is literally doing this for a living and can control that emotion. Y'all need to teach like a Zen class or some shit, because I try every single time to like do something calming or whatever have you. I don't know. I've recently tried to dabble in the music to kind of tune out everything, make me think about something else while I'm staring at it. So it's almost like I'm just blanking out and being a robot. But man, y'all, whoever does it full time, man, kudos to you guys, because I don't know how you control your emotions through it. It's nuts. This candle is absolutely ginormous with orders. Holy shitballs. I mean, we have well over 10,000 orders in this candle. Well over. That's nuts. Let me see. You got 1,000, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. About 25,000 orders came through this candle, and we're still just kind of battling right at that area. I want to see what actually happens, because that's 25,000 orders, and you're looking at all the other ones, right? Like, okay, you got a couple of pops at 1,000 here, 1,000 there, but realistically, you know, we're not seeing huge amounts come through. Obviously, every price point, every little tick is an order for this, but I mean, to literally dump 2,600 orders just on, I'm sorry, between sellers and buyers. Let's go ahead and do this. At 40.06, there is 4,800, I'm sorry, 4,900 orders just on that. So let's call that what it is. That's nuts. Just on that one price point. And that's not, I mean, then take it back for the rest of the morning, because there was times where it hit that. So that price point is something special for somebody. Now, some people like to do what's called psych levels, and those are just nice round number figures. Um, like 4,000, for instance, for whatever reason, doing research right around that level is like a psychology level. Like either, it kind of like just holds off. Either that's a support or resistance area, consolidation area. Um, if you look at it at 4,010, that was an area that bounced off quite a bit, and it flipped from support to resistance, resistance to support. So that could have, quote unquote, been a psych level. Um, what other ones? Looking at it, 4025 or 4020, those would have been areas. of that. So there is some underlying, I don't know, thought process to that. But so my dog's in here. God bless him. Yeah, I think so. Even then, on what day is that? So Friday we had a low at 39.65, kind of like not necessarily a low, but in that area was a really good consolidation area. And then if you go back to, is that the same day? No, the day before. So Thursday, same exact area, same exact. And Wednesday, same exact. So last week was a good area for 39.60 to 39.65. That shit was being blown up. And we popped it. But now here's the fight. So we had a grand total of roughly 1,000 more sellers in that. Um, but with the amount of fighting that went on, we're still in that area because there's another little tiny area of four, like I said, that psych level of 4,000. If we look back to last week on Friday, I believe, yes, Friday. So there was right in the 8 o'clock, 8:30 range, and then another one at 11:30. Um, that it was bouncing right off of that 4,000 area as a resistance area, and then it pushed right through it, came down. God, what is that? An overnight session last night. Yeah. Or no, I'm sorry, that would have been the start of Sunday or Sunday night. Bounced down again right at that 4,000 level, and then just ripped right out of it. Um, Same thing, overnight session last night. It's actually where I took one of my cells. I took it down to 4,000. I took it actually from 4,007, so 4,007 to 4,002 is where I took it. I felt like that was a good area for it to bounce off of because it literally had some really good support and resistance the past 3 days. So this I could see kind of, we went down to 4,002.75, kind of right where it was a little bit earlier, way early in the morning. I could see it probably hitting maybe just above that 4,000 mark, or we just take it from here and it goes back up. Oh, mercy. Tell you what, gloomy day out here in Arizona, though, for sure. We had rain nonstop yesterday into like 1 a.m. I mean, it was pouring its ass off. All I wanted to do was stay in bed today. That would have been lovely. That would have been cozy as shit. So we got back to back. See that two blues right there? So those are coming in. Right now is imbalanced buyers. Quite a bit difference. I bet you it pops up a little bit more. Let's see, 4,850. Or not, man. Sellers might have just held it. The other aspect is right where this crosshair is. You can see it. That's the area we were looking to get low on, and we did, right? But that's also going to be the area that turns in to resistance. So that's what I would be looking at there to see if it bounces down. So obviously we blew through the 40850 because look at all that imbalance right there. Now we're looking at 1,400 buyers. We had roughly 4 different price points within a buck of imbalance there. So I can see this going a little, yeah, boom, 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 boom. That's what I like to see as far as imbalance here, and we're steadily increasing. So we're going to see where this turns out. Does it actually go all the way back up to the 40.18, maybe 40.20? Or does it just tear it down? Because if you take a look at it, right here is where it was hovering. We had a lot of absorption here on the prior movements. Right in here, there was some price getting absorbed, started to absorb again, and then we finally broke through that absorption. An absorption in an order flow, to me, when I had it explained to me, was you start to see these numbers like 49 and 0, 13 and 0, 8 0, 9 0, 98 and 2. Those numbers are just saying that, hey, there's sellers coming in and there's no need for buyers to do anything because the price is where it is. Like the sellers aren't bringing it down any lower. That's why when we see a big influx right here of, I mean, it wasn't too bad. The difference was about 100 combined, 700, about 900, maybe 200 difference. But then you start to see 81 and 1, 101 and 7, 42 and 2. That's where we start to look at the difference and really being pumped down with price, because there is a little tiny push of boom, sellers coming in. Oh. All right, so we had some buyers, a couple of imbalances. Do you push up to 15? Do you push up to 15? Here's 12, 13. Huh? We did go down a little bit in the buyers area from the previous 2 candles. You got to look at it that way. 1,600 buyers on the one, 592 buyers on the next. And this one here is just sitting at the 380-ish buyers. So we're starting to see a little bit of fall off in that. Now, does that correlate to having sellers coming in, or is buyers just not buying as much, so the sellers are going to take over? We don't know. And if you notice on these charts, there's no other indicator on it. With order flow, you can literally just do your thing. Now, can you throw an indicator on there? Sure. Which one do you want? I mean, I like having 2 charts up because then I can kind of see the trend. If you don't want to have 2 charts up and you just want a trend and kind of see where it's going while order flow is happening, I mean, you could always throw like a 200 EMA on there, 100 EMA, something like that, to kind of see how that trend is going. If you're only because looking at it right here, this is a very short picture. Whereas like on my other chart, I have it, really blown out quite a bit. So I'm not necessarily worried about it. I could see everything that's happening for the past 3 days. So if you need to go ahead and spice it up a little bit, spice it up a little bit. Don't let anybody tell you any different. Whatever works for you, works for you. I may end up calling it here. Looks like we came back up into an area that has been previously beaten and bruised and just kind of had price hover there for quite some time. So it's 13.50. I think it goes to 15 because I feel like that's where the rest of the price went to. I mean, in grand scheme of things, 15 is only like right there. Negative delta, positive price. Oh, there we go. Now we might be nope, still just kind of right there. Shit. Oh mercy. All right, we went down a little bit. Let's see. Come on, are we bouncing back down? What are we doing here? ES, make a move, baby, make a move. Let's see what Financial Juice has to say today. So, Financial Juice, and I'll put a link down in here too. It's a great way to look at news. Okay, so we're anything that's coming out that could possibly have market fluctuation. It's really, really awesome just to take a look at that. It sets you up for a little bit more success. I don't like trading, and you'll see when you get on here, there's like little red um, notations, yellow, blue, things like that. Anything in red, I typically don't like trading around because that's when the market gets like stupid volatile. I'm sure you've probably seen it in the past where out of nowhere, certain news will come out and then it's like boom, it either plummets or skyrockets. And if you don't plan it right, I've seen just absolutely horrific shit happen. So that's one thing that to keep a lookout for. So Financial Juice is a great avenue for that. So like I said, I'll put a link down in there, and you can sign up for it. It's a free account. Nothing to be said there. Just a really great resource. Personally, would love to see one more area that we can get into, but I don't know if it's going to happen. 'Alright, what do we got here? Got a little bump down. We had almost 1,000 sellers in that other one. One 20, 15. So like to me, this isn't screaming anything to me. I would love to see it go down because I feel like that would be the overall trend right now. But in order for me to take something, I would have to see it past this point here. I wouldn't mind seeing it go past with a small pullback, hit it, and then just continue on down. Would be something I would like to look for. And we're bouncing back up. Okay. Sorry, kind of doing two things at once here. Don't mind me. I'm trying to sign up for something here while paying attention to this. So does it reject off of this area here? We talked about it before, right? Right in this area, there was uh, some support. Boom, we got past it. Does it turn to resistance and see this come down? Who knows? What are you guys thinking? Type in the comments before this actually happens. Do you think this acts as support? Do you think it acts as resistance? Let's figure this out. It is 9:39 Arizona time. That's a tough one. That is a tough one. There's a part of me that thinks it's the way that it's looking, how it just kind of came up, crested off there, right? We got some resistance as far as the kind of absorption, right? A little bit of pop absorption. If this holds 100 here and continues down, then I think we're in a good spot to have this go low. But still held. Still held. I mean, we got some serious buyers coming in. Still held. That's the cool part. Love it. Ooh, it's getting close to popping it. Let's see what it does. I mean, we got almost 800 buyers. There's a little pop. Does it hold it? That is quite a few imbalances on that candle. Wouldn't take it just yet because we still have quite a bit of resistance here, right? Like there was a lot of absorption, and I mean, if we're gonna pop it, it's gonna pop hard. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that one. Oh, man. Mm. I mean, it went up for sure. I just don't know if it's gonna. See, I hate that. But I don't hate it. It's just a pain in the butt trying to figure it out. Do. I mean, look at it. It's just hovering, guys. It's just hovering. I don't know if we're gonna do anything crazy whatsoever. Oh, mercy. 1,300 buyers came in. I mean, we have literally a triple stacked imbalance right now, and that's all well and good, but I feel like price isn't moving, and you got 1,000 more buyers. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it. I'm not gonna be greedy. That was a nice, smooth $1,000 trading day. Um, so hopefully everybody else also had great success. Again, I'm gonna throw some links down into the description of Futures Analytica as well as Financial Juice. But here we go. 279. There's another imbalance there. That's just nuts to me. Love watching it. But anyways, I'm gonna get ready for work. You guys have a great day, and hopefully we will see you tomorrow. I'm gonna try to do some live stuff. The only issue last time when I did live stuff, it really bogged down. My laptop's old, so if somebody wants to reach out and hook me up with a awesome kick-ass computer, I'd be more than happy to. But yeah, so I'll try to push out a couple of live videos. I mean, granted, we're trading live right now. It's just going to be recorded. Um, but yeah, so talk to you guys later. Have a great day.